Top 10 Hidden Facts About Energy, Mind, and Reality. Most people think reality is something happening outside of them, while their mind simply reacts to it. But across physics, psychology, and ancient wisdom, a very different picture keeps emerging. Energy, perception, and consciousness are far more connected than we're taught to believe. The hidden truth is that the mind that doesn't just observe reality, it participates in it. In this countdown, we're uncovering 10 hidden facts about energy, mind, and reality that quietly shape how you feel, think, and experience life every day. As we move closer to number 1, the insights become deeper and more unsettling, in a good way. Once you understand these truths, you'll start seeing reality less as something happening to you and more as something happening through you. Number 10. Energy follows attention. One hidden truth is that energy moves where attention goes. Whatever consistently holds your focus begins to feel stronger in your experience. Ancient traditions taught this intuitively, and modern psychology confirms it through attention and reinforcement studies. When attention repeatedly lands on fear, stress intensifies. When it rests on possibility, motivation increases. This doesn't mean ignoring reality. It means recognizing that attention amplifies experience. The mind is constantly feeding energy into whatever it observes most. Over time, this shapes emotional patterns, habits, and perception itself. Attention is not neutral, it's directional. Where you place it determines what grows in your inner world. Once you become aware of this, you realize that managing attention is one of the most powerful tools for influencing energy and experience. Number 9. The body stores emotional energy. Emotions don't just pass through the mind, they register in the body. Tension in the shoulders, tightness in the chest, or heaviness in the stomach often reflect unresolved emotional energy. Ancient healing systems observed this long before neuroscience confirmed it. The nervous system stores emotional responses as physical patterns. When emotions aren't processed, the body holds them. This is why stress can feel physical and why relaxation can release emotion unexpectedly. Movement, breath, and posture directly influence emotional energy. The body isn't separate from the mind. It's where mental energy becomes tangible. Understanding this hidden fact changes how you approach healing. Sometimes the mind doesn't need more thinking. It needs release through the body. Number 8. Perception shapes reality more than events. Two people can live the same moment and experience it completely differently. This happens because perception filters reality before it reaches awareness. The mind assigns meaning faster than events unfold. Ancient wisdom emphasized this deeply, and modern psychology confirms it through cognitive appraisal. Reality isn't experienced raw, it's interpreted. That interpretation determines emotional response. This hidden fact explains why circumstances alone don't create suffering. Meaning does. When perception shifts, reality feels different even when nothing externally changes. Understanding this gives you leverage. You may not control events, but you influence how they're experienced. That influence quietly shapes your reality. Number 7. Thoughts carry emotional charge. Thoughts aren't just mental, they're energetic. Each thought carries an emotional charge that influences mood, behavior, and perception. Repeated thoughts strengthen emotional patterns. This is why certain thoughts feel heavy and others feel light. The mind conditions itself through repetition. Ancient traditions observed this through meditation, while modern neuroscience explains it through neural reinforcement. Thoughts don't disappear once thought, they echo through the system. Becoming aware of thought patterns allows you to interrupt emotional momentum. You don't have to fight thoughts, you observe them. Observation weakens charge. When thought loses energy, emotion follows. This is how mental energy begins to reorganize itself. Number 6. Stillness resets energy. Hidden beneath constant stimulation is a powerful reset mechanism: stillness. When the mind stops chasing input, energy reorganizes naturally. Ancient traditions used silence and meditation for this reason. Modern science now confirms that reduced stimulation calms the nervous system and restores balance. Stillness isn't emptiness, it's recalibration. It allows emotional residue to settle and perception to clear. Energy that was scattered begins to stabilize. This is why clarity often appears after rest or quiet reflection. Stillness doesn't add anything, it removes interference. And what remains is awareness. That awareness restores balance to both mind and energy. Number 5. Reality responds to internal state. Your internal state quietly shapes how reality responds to you. This isn't mystical or symbolic, it's relational and observable. When you're tense, defensive, or fearful, your body language, tone, and decisions reflect that energy, and people respond accordingly. When you're calm and grounded, interactions soften and outcomes often improve. Psychology explains this through nervous system regulation and social feedback loops. Ancient wisdom recognized it intuitively. Energy communicates before words ever do. Your internal state influences posture, facial expression, voice, and timing, all of which shape how situations unfold. This is why changing your inner state often changes results without forcing anything externally. You're not controlling reality, you're influencing how it meets you. When the inner world shifts, the outer world often responds differently, not by magic, but by alignment. Number 4. The mind seeks familiar energy. The mind is naturally drawn toward familiar emotional states, even when they're uncomfortable or limiting. This explains why people repeat patterns they consciously want to escape. The nervous system equates familiarity with safety. Ancient teachings notice this through cycles of attachment and suffering. Modern psychology explains it through conditioning. The mind doesn't seek happiness, it seeks what it knows. Growth often feels uncomfortable because it introduces unfamiliar emotional energy. This is why change triggers resistance. Awareness is what breaks the loop. When you recognize that familiarity isn't the same as safety, new choices become possible. Once the mind stops confusing the known with the secure, it can move toward healthier patterns. This hidden truth explains resistance to change more accurately than lack of motivation ever could. Number 3. Awareness alters energy automatically. Awareness is not passive, it's inherently transformative. When emotional or mental energy is observed clearly, it begins to change. Ancient traditions placed awareness at the center of all transformation, and modern psychology supports this through self-regulation research. Unconscious patterns operate automatically. The moment they're noticed, their grip weakens. You don't force change. Awareness initiates it. Emotional reactions lose intensity when they're seen without judgment. Thoughts lose authority when they're noticed instead of believed. Energy reorganizes naturally when brought into awareness. This is why simple observation often creates relief without effort. Awareness doesn't suppress or analyze, it reveals. And once something is revealed, it can no longer run blindly. Change begins the moment energy is seen clearly. Number 2. The mind creates continuity of reality. Reality feels continuous because the mind connects moments through memory and expectation. Without this linking, experience would feel raw and immediate. Ancient wisdom recognized this through teachings on impermanence, while modern neuroscience confirms it through predictive processing. The mind constantly anticipates what comes next, filling gaps with expectation. These predictions shape perception and emotional response. When expectations remain fixed, life feels repetitive. When expectations are disrupted, change feels unsettling. This hidden fact explains why transitions feel uncomfortable. The mind temporarily loses continuity. Awareness loosens attachment to prediction, allowing experience to feel fresh instead of recycled. When the mind stops constantly projecting forward, reality becomes more immediate. Understanding this restores flexibility. You experience life as it is, not just as you expect it to be. Number 1. You are not separate from reality. The deepest hidden fact is this: there is no true separation between you and reality. Your mind, energy, and environment constantly influence one another. Ancient wisdom taught this as unity, while modern science observes it through systems theory and interaction. You don't stand outside reality watching it happen. You participate in it continuously. Every thought, emotion, and action feeds back into experience. When you believe you're separate, life feels hostile or uncontrollable. When that separation dissolves, responsibility and freedom appear together. You stop fighting reality and start engaging with it consciously. This understanding changes how you live, choose, and respond. It's the foundation beneath all other truths. Once separation fades, alignment replaces resistance. These truths were never hidden because they were secret. They were hidden because we weren't taught how to notice them. Energy, mind, and reality are not separate systems. They're one continuous process, unfolding moment by moment. If one of these insights stood out, pause and reflect on why. Like the video if it resonated, share it with someone who thinks deeply, and subscribe for more content that explores reality beneath the surface. Understanding doesn't end confusion, it ends illusion.